Hi, my name is Colbert and let's start with Verdun. The game takes place on the Western Front in one of the bloodiest conflicts in world history, inspired by the famous Battle of Verdun in 1916. So the game is the first-person shooter multiplayer set in a realistic setting of the First World War. The vicious, close-quarters nature of trench warfare means that skill with a bayonet can be as vital as good aim with a rifle, so prepare for some melee action as well. The game offers 4 modes with many historically accurate features, such as realistic First World War weaponry, authentic uniforms, horrendous gore, and maps based on the real battlefields of France and Belgium. People on Steam are saying that the game is criminally underrated, so if you are thirsty not only for beer but for blood as well, this may be your spoon of potato salad.
Wait, what?
I don't know, man, sounded cool in my head. The Wolf Among Us. This is a gritty, violent and mature thriller based on the award-winning Fables comic books. You'll discover that a brutal, bloody murder is just a beginning where every decision can have enormous consequences. And it's not only what you choose to do will affect your story, but when you choose to do it as well. You don't need to know anything about the comics this game is based on, because events in this story are set before the events seen in the first book. And this game gives you an option to beat up practically anyone you don't like. Sadly, you can't import that energy-sucking coworker of yours in this game, but hey, you can beat him up in real life instead. I mean, if you are stronger than him. If not, just smile and blame your genes. Morbid, the 7 Acolytes. You are the last surviving person of your order. Your duty, for which you have trained your whole life, is to make the best potato salad in the world. Oh wait, that is another game. Here, instead of making delicious potato salad, you have to defeat the 7 Acolytes, a cursed and powerful beings possessed by malevolent deities. You will experience epic, brutal boss encounters and explore a diverse array of environments. Game has deep lore with NPCs, over 25 unique weapons, a great soundtrack consisting of 18 tracks, and of course, a Souls-like combat. People on Steam are saying that this is a great game for Dark Souls and pixel art lovers. I think it's obvious why. Darkwood. This is a survival horror from a top-down perspective that is quite terrifying to play. Well, at first you may think,
what is so terrifying in this? I can barely see things, they are so small.
You know what else is small? Of course you know, but don't worry, I can keep a secret. Or can I? Subscribe, let's be friends with benefits. This way all your secrets will be safe with me. This game is all about immersion and it will drag you in so hard you won't be able to escape. And also it will grow some balls on your hair, and maybe even on your eyebrows. Yeah, you heard right. By day you explore the randomly generated ever sinister woods, scavenge for materials, craft weapons and discover new secrets. And by night you find shelter, barricade yourself inside abandoned buildings, set up traps and hide or defend yourself from the horrors of the Darkwood. Tales of Neon Sea. This is a retro-style pixel art adventure set in a cyberpunk cityscape where you will encounter numerous items to investigate, curious Easter eggs and a whole cast of interactive NPCs. You must analyze every detail and discover the truth that lurks behind the heavy mist. You take on a role of a veteran cop turned hard-boiled detective and investigate crime in a future cyberpunk world where the magnificent Sky City blocks the sun but the neon lights never go out. People on Steam are saying that this is a nice, relaxing game of gathering clues, filled with cute characters and pets, great visuals and nice music with the heavy Blade Runner influence. Some puzzles are kinda tricky and will demand a lot of your brain power. Be sure you have it before playing. Amnesia Rebirth. I admit that I am a
Pussy!
and I have never played the game. I watched Markiplier playing it and it was quite a fun experience. It has all the creepy vibes previous Amnesia games had, but it is a bit less scary. I was expecting, you know, the level of horror we all felt in the first Amnesia: The Dark Descent, but Rebirth is only about 30% of that. The good thing is that if you are like me, you can probably play the game without having a heart attack. But the bad thing, at least for me, was that this time you are a pregnant woman. That sounds kinda sexistic, but let me explain, it's actually not. I just can't immerse myself in the role of a pregnant woman. I lack empathy, and if you are a man, there is a big chance that you can't do that as well. You know, I don't care about her baby, so that creepiness level is way lower for men who are playing the game and probably way higher for female players, especially pregnant ones, although I really doubt that they are the target audience though. As someone in the comments said, that Rebirth is the true definition of
not great, not terrible.
Despite that, it is a really beautiful game with a great story, environments and some spooky stuff in general, and this price is just about right to get your filthy fingers on it. Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition. The game without a doubt has one of the most impressive worlds among all CRPG games. Really unique locations, art style and characters makes this game a must-play for every RPG fan, although keep in mind that Planescape Torment is more like a book where you can choose what the main protagonist will do next. Fighting part is not as important here as dialogues, but in general the game is more than 50 hours long, so if you can enjoy walls of text, you will be up for a treat. The game is old, but this enhanced edition is, enhanced with better resolution, 4K interface, quick loot, remastered music and all the life quality improving content that we didn't have back then when it initially came out. This is without a doubt a classic that you can't ignore. Far Cry New Dawn. Far Cry games have always been colorful, but this is an absolutely next level of an airy-fairy unicorn carnage. They call it vibrant, I call it eye-melting. Despite that, Far Cry New Dawn is a decent game. Here will dive into a post-apocalyptic Montana, 17 years after a global nuclear catastrophe. You will join fellow survivors and lead the fight against the dangerous new mob and their ruthless leaders, as they seek to take over the last remaining resources. And you are not in a mood to give your potato salad to anyone. You are more fond of bloodshed and carnage, and this is what you will do here. If you have a friend or loving mother-in-law, you can play this game together in co-op mode as well. People on Steam are bashing New Dawn for being just a shadow of Far Cry 5, and I agree it should have been a DLC. But when it's on sale, why not? It costs as DLC as well, except you don't need the base game to play it. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. If you're used to old-school Assassin's Creed games, keep in mind that Odyssey isn't like the first titles, and among your enemies you will encounter various monsters and mythological beings from legends, like Medusa for example. The game really has some witchery vibes. Here you'll also have weapons with supernatural abilities like increased strength or the ability to instantly knock out an opponent's shield. So here you'll explore ancient Greece, from lush vibrant forests to volcanic islands and bustling cities, and start a journey in a world shaped by gods and men. Here decisions will impact how your Odyssey unfolds. You can play through multiple endings thanks to the dialogue system and the choices you make. Customize your gear, ship and special abilities to become a legendary assassin. People on Steam are praising smooth mechanics and great visuals, although the story is like your cousin, a bit dull and naive. Mutant Year Zero: Road to Eden. This is a tactical game that combines the turn-based combat of XCOM with real-time stealth and exploration of post-human world reclaimed by nature. And mutants. And by saying mutants, I don't mean human mutants. Those are all gone. Now smart animals rule the world.
Define smart.
Well, you got me here. They are not always smart. They sometimes do stupid decisions because, you are controlling them. So although animals can't speak here, it's definitely not a Disney kind of world. It's brutal and cruel, and survival of the fittest is in progress. Here you must venture out of the city to explore the zone where one day you might find the Eden of legends, the ancients' heaven in the middle of hell, I guess, with mountains of potato salad and rivers of cold beer. Maybe you will find your answers there, then again, maybe not. Game has really beautiful graphics, great humor and an interesting story. Also very positive reviews on Steam. UnderMine. This is an action-adventure roguelike that blends combat and dungeon crawling with RPG-like progression. Mine gold, die, upgrade yourself, and then try again. Discover hundreds of items including relics, potions, blessings and curses that all stack for a new experience every run. Challenge dangerous bosses and rescue helpful characters that provide new upgrades for your adventure. Also decipher the cryptic messages of the UnderMine's residents and unfold the mystery at the heart of the dungeon. People on Steam are saying that the game reminds them of one thing, like someone took the mines from Stardew Valley, upgraded them heavily and made them into a game. UnderMine has about 90% of positive reviews, but some people complain that it is unbalanced and can infuriate you. But hey, you play these games and hope to die just to be reborn stronger again. Hand of Fate 2. This is a dungeon crawler set in a dark fantasy world. Here you'll try to master a living board game, where every stage of the adventure is drawn from a deck of legendary encounters chosen by you. So choose wisely your opponent. The enigmatic dealer will try to make you feel helpless and pathetic. People on Steam are saying that the combat is a bit clunky, but the atmosphere, art style and the narration of the game makes Hand of Fate really enjoyable and fun. Although keep in mind that the game is kinda difficult, also heavily based on luck. It's a card game after all. and that may be frustrating if you have an unlucky day when everything falls apart. So before playing, throw a coin into the air 3 times and try to guess heads or tails. If you'll be correct at least 2 times, play the game. Luck is with you today.
And what if this was the last drop of luck? What if guessing heads or tails right was the luckiest thing that happened today?
Well, in this instance, I'll think you'll know that you are screwed right away. Game is not forgiving. Shadows Awakening. You can walk between worlds, and in every realm new unique challenges will await. In the Shadow Realm you will slay various spirits and demons, and in the real world, well, you know, as usual, spiders, snakes and maybe even evil koalas. All the stuff from the National Geographic Channel. This concept is really cool. I had a lot of fun playing this game. People on Steam are saying that Shadows Awakening is quite okayish if you compare it with the best Diablo-like action RPG games. Not a masterpiece by any means, but a nice game if you are tired from Grim Dawn or Path of Exile and you just want to spend a few hours in a different world slaying various different animals. Weird West. You'll discover a dark fantasy reimagining of the Wild West, where lawmen and gunslingers share the frontier with creepy creatures. You will journey through the story of a group of atypical heroes, written into legend by the decisions you make. Each journey is unique and tailored to the actions taken. A series of high-stakes adventures where everything counts and the world reacts to the choices you make. You'll be often faced with brutal choices and consequences that can't be undone. Like, you know, when you put too much salt in your potato salad, you can't take it out. Well, actually you can make more potato salad without salt and mix everything together, so there is no moral here, just carry on. Detroit: Become Human. Here decisions will dramatically alter how the game's intense, branching narrative plays out. Your choices really matter, not like in real life. Basically, the whole game is built around your choices. You can't do anything here except to choose what to do in certain situations. Well, also you move around a little and search for clues, but that's kinda it. And every decision you make, no matter how small, affects the outcome of the story. And in this game, no playthrough will be exactly the same. You can replay again and again to discover a totally different conclusion, sometimes absolutely unexpected one. Well, let's be honest, you probably won't do that many times, but it's nice to know that the ending you got is really unique. Also, you can try the free demo version on Steam. And now, thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!